was a city attorney. And John called me and said we wanted to get together and get this ordinance done and submit it to the mayor and so forth. And I did with John. We worked on it and got it thing through and gave it to the mayor, and it was adopted.
And so this is the first time that legislatively such things as slate roofs and brick architecture began to be protected by legislation.
Oh, absolutely. You could not tear down a house in German Village after this came into effect.
Our philosophy was, let's do whatever we can to get restoration moving along and successful.
I knew enough about law to be dangerous. I had taken a business law course in college, and so I knew the historic basis of law was precedent. So we had to be very careful with how and what we approved.
Somebody then along the way decided that maybe they should rezone 3rd Street commercial. The commission did not recommend approval, so it went to city council, and the village was up in arms. We filled council chambers. They denied the rezoning, which delighted all of us, of course.
We tried to set up the procedures in place that maintenance, repairs, paint colors, pretty standard things that would be done, that would be approved no matter what, that we would set up a process where people could have what we called pre-approval.
We had everyone that was doing this sort of thing from across the country send us what they could, so we got our hands on as much as we could get our hands on. And we studied it, and there was a large group of people that that had been on the commission, that were architects, etc., that worked on these guidelines.
I strongly believe that those guidelines were successful because it had input from the community. Because in order for the community to, if you want the community to buy it, to follow it, they've got to support it and be part of the process.
Even though there are disagreements among the commissioners and sometimes discussed earlier between the commission and the society, everybody sees the value of each other and their places within the commission.
It's a thankless job. I mean, if you have a desire to please no one, then that's the job for you.
When I have friends from out of town come in, I drive them around and show them how terrific German Village is. I'm just pleased with the way the whole area developed.
I think the commission is essential. It scares me to think what German Village would look like if there had been no commission. I think the commission does a good job overall.
I think German Village is probably the nicest and best place I ever lived, and I feel we couldn't ask for a more friendly neighborhood, and if anything gets done, it gets done here in the village with the help of everybody.
We were here to help the neighborhood, not to make it more difficult for them. I've done work in some communities where you submit things and they say, this doesn't meet our requirements. Well, can you help me with what I might do to meet the requirements? Well, they say, go read the book. It's up to you to figure it out. And that's not the way we help one another.
I don't care if I knew him or didn't know the person coming before me. If I wanted to say, no, you can't have what you're asking for, I would say it. I didn't favor anyone. I just favored the German Village, and it had to be something that would fit into the village and do well for it.